Now this was a good episode. We got a new couple. It's about time the cop wasn't so dense. um, HyeJin and her ex-husband. This could be the turning point for them to patch things up and more lovey-dovey scenes between HyeJin and DuSik. But the number one thing is on my mind right now. When is DuSik going to tell her? So at the beginning of the episode, which was an interesting intro, by the way. So first we get a cute intro, right? Just HyeJin and DuSik being a lovey-dovey couple. She's using the hose to spray water, they're just having fun, right? Then it switches to DuSik in a dark place. We've seen him in this position before in his nightmare. He's alone in a dark place. Then we hear a little girl screaming. I think that's his kid. And then DuSik bumps into another DuSik, and that other DuSik asks him, "Are you happy?" That kid screaming, that's definitely his kid he once had. And now I'm wondering, when is he gonna tell her? Because this feels like it's eating DuSik alive in the inside. There were some funny scenes, like when HyeJin wanted to watch the sunrise, but it's hard to see the sunrise next to the shore, and then she insists that both DuSik and her go to the beach every morning until they see the sunrise, and then DuSik is like, "Oh my god, every morning, it's right there, it's right there." He points to like a random spot, and he says, look closely, it's right there." And then when he got home, HyeJin told him to wash up because there's something that she wants to do with him. And DuSik, I think, is pretty obvious what we knew what he was thinking. He rushed to wash up, and then the next scene is not what we thought it was. It was yoga. DuSik did find a list that HyeJin dropped, and it was just a list of everything that she wanted to do with him, and he agreed to it, to do all of them. Let's get to MiSeon and the cop real quick. Their story is not that long in this episode. So first, MiSeon and the cop, they were meeting, and MiSeon admitted that she wants to know him slowly. That's why she started to remember everything about him, but the cop is still not getting it. So it took the chicken guy to tell the cop what was going on. He told him that she's not rejecting you is a sign of approval. That's pretty much it. Yes. And then now they're officially a couple. What was funny is that the chicken guy was cheering for them as they were walking off, and then he goes, "All right, why do I suddenly feel jealous of them now?" For Songhyun, his story in this episode is not much, but towards the end, it definitely had a meaning. So first, he came back to Gongjin because he had to do some more shooting. And what was cool is that some of the locals were chosen to be on camera. Namsuk, Chonje, Gamri, Yoongyung. So they were there to act naturally in an eating scene, but Namsuk, she was acting kind of not natural, pretty much. And I just love how DuSik apologized, and then Songhyun was like, "Don't worry, I'll edit it." And and eventually, Song Hyun just agreed to everything just looking very authentic. It was real. It wasn't fake. And Dushi continued to apologize. And even though that Song Hyun said, "Oh, don't worry, everything looks good," Dushi asked, "Even Namsuk?" And then, and then Song Hyun said, "I would do my best to edit it." But then Song Hyun's last scene in this episode was really interesting. So first, him and JiWon were just chatting it up. JiWon admitted that she took an offer to work with someone else. So the last project she's gonna do with Song Hyun at Gongjin is gonna be her last. And the reason why she took it was because, well, she said it was her. And this is something that she really wanted to do for herself, to change things up. And pretty much, yeah, for Songhyun, he did try to convince her to stay, but she insists she changed things up a bit. And this is a perfect example of you don't realize something good you have in front of you until it's gone. Dushik's story is getting even more interesting now. So first, HyeJin took him out to go to the art museum, to go shopping, but as they were walking around, some guy recognizes DuSik, and well, first his name is Taekyung, and he said that he haven't seen DuSik in a very long time, and he said that DuSik vanished, and he got worried about him, so he gave him his business card, just in case if things happen, and he wants him to get in touch with them. So now it's really getting interesting, and I mean, HyeJin, she even noticed something is up because during their time where they were having their meal, DuSik was feeling down, and it was pretty obvious that HyeJin knew. And then by the end of the episode, they don't really talk about it, but I'm pretty sure they will in future episodes. I mean, what? This is episode 12, so we have 4 episodes left. So they will talk about it, and I'm waiting for that moment that they will because I want Dushi to really just get everything out because it's really killing him inside. So to end the episode off, Dushi takes Hyejin to the beach. He sets up this nice tent, a campfire, and it's just these two being lovey-dovey. And Dushi does give Hyejin a gift, and it's a box that he made. And then towards the end of the episode, we actually see him make the box. So it was a nice happy ending. But even though it's a happy ending, the DuSik story is still up in the air. It's really still up in the air. And again, I'm gonna say it again. I cannot wait for him to tell HyeJin. I mean, they promise each other to be truthful to one another, but DuSik is not really revealing the whole truth. He's not holding up to his end of the bargain, pretty much. Well, I wouldn't call it being a couple of bargain, but you guys know what I mean. So my impression on this episode, this was another good episode. It was nice to see more lovey-dovey scenes between HyeJin and DuSik. It was really cute to see HyeJin have a list of things that she wants to do with DuSik. Them as a couple. With DuSik, man, just knowing that he has this very dark secret, balled up deep inside of him, and the only person he actually revealed this secret to is the therapist. Oh man, I really want him to reveal it to HyeJin, because HyeJin would be the second person that you would tell this to. I mean, she is his girlfriend and all, and you promise her to be truthful. So yeah, and I really want him to really let everything out. If he wants to cry, cry it out. HyeJin will be there for him. For Hwajong and her ex-husband, yeah, we've seen them go back and forth a lot. Just what Dushi would like to call it, talking loud, but we know they're arguing. Um, yeah, this is a perfect turning point for these two to patch things up. If they don't want to get remarried, that's fine, just as long as they patch things up and not argue so much, and basically be on the same page once in a while. Well, I shouldn't say once in a while, more than before, pretty much. For Sunghyun, well, his story in this episode wasn't that much other than JiWon leaving, but I guess in a way it'll help his character to realize everything you have in front of you now and stop chasing what you're never gonna get. It's like uh, it had a good start, but I don't know how to finish it. But hopefully you guys know what I mean. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the gist of my review and the gist of the episode. If there's anything else I might have missed, please leave it in the comments below. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.